What's up, guys? RV Tech Pro. Got tool haul today. I was able to get up with James, my SnapOn dealer, and get caught up. I don't get to see him every week because we're both mobile on the road and moving back and forth, around and around. So I got the flyer, the May flyer. I got a new SnapOn catalog. He said there's a lot of new stuff in there, so I got the catalog, and I'm in the market for some more boots. I typically wear these Georgia boots, and I like the way they fit and feel, but they're not good when it comes to water. You know, the water just goes through them, so tired of having wet feet. When they're new, they work pretty good in my experience. But if you really work in them like I do, I really work in them, and after you put a few months on them, these are mine, it just, that little wax coating or whatever that's on them when you first get them, that goes away, and so does the water resistance. So I'm in the market for some waterproof boots, but I'm not really a big fan of these low cut boots. These are slip on, and that's fine, but I wear I think they call these 8-inch boots. I like them to come up my ankle like my combat boots used to do when I was in the military. And see, I'm so used to that, it gives me support, and I need that ankle support. So we got that to look into, and of course we got the tools, so we're definitely going to take a look at that. So first up, wrenches. So I got these wrenches, and this is an expansion set. So this goes from 9mm down to 6. Now I got a lot of wrenches, and I got a fair amount of SnapOn wrenches. Most of my wrenches are SnapOn wrenches, and I continue to buy them because I like them, and I think they're great. They're awesome. They work well for me, and I don't have a problem with the durability. The chrome holds up. I don't have any problems with them. I don't even have a problem with the price. It is what it is. So, but I probably will end up having to buy another set, because I bought these thinking that they were the regular combination. These are the ratcheting, and I don't have this set in metric. I have these in standard. So when I got home, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. And then I looked in the drawer, and I said, oh, those are the high performance wrenches that I have in that you know, 0 offset, straight. And then I wanted this end right here. So I forgot that I don't use ratcheting wrenches a whole lot, and I didn't want to spend the money on a SnapOn one, so I never really bought a whole set, because the non-SnapOn ones that I have, I rarely have to use the ratcheting wrench. Whatever I gotta do, I can do it with a socket. Sometimes there are times when the ratcheting wrench is awesome to have, but for me, I don't find myself using them a whole lot. So one of my first sets of wrenches were these, you know, same style, straight, no offset on this end, and a ratcheting on this end, but these are the Huskies, and I don't have a problem with these. The open end, you know, maybe something to be desired, but I bought these mainly for the ratcheting end. But I find that on any ratcheting wrench, they're always too big on the side when they're getting in tight spots. And if I'm in, most of the times in a wide open space, I can use the socket. So these are my go-to wrenches here, and I thought I was getting the expansion set for these, right? Because this set stops at 10, goes from 10 to 19, and it lives in here in my drawer, and I leave it in this case instead of putting it in the organizers because I can easily pull it out and go to work. So I was thinking about this set of wrenches when I bought the expansion set here, and these are the you can kind of see the part number there. So that's this set right here. However, these wrenches are the ratcheting, and I don't have those, so that puts me in a position to where, but they are the Flank Drive Plus, like my other ones here. So, and I have the expansion set on the large end that goes up to 24 on these. So stopped at 19. I bought the 20, the 21, the 22, the 23, and the 24. And I have those up here. So this being the 24 out of that expansion set. So when I bought those, I thought I was getting the small expanding part of the same set, and I didn't. I got the wrong ones. So I don't know if Snap-on makes. I'm sure they do, because on the standard side, my my Snap-on wrenches start at a 1/4 inch, and that's pretty small. And I was able to fill this set out from a 1/4 inch all the way up to 1 inch. So I'm pretty sure they make the expansion set for the 10 through 19 going down to like a what do these go down to a 6. So these go down to a 6, and that's the part number, if you can see it. If you are looking for the ratcheting ones, that's the part number for the expansion set for the ratcheting ones. I might buy, so if I buy the 10 through 19 in this ratcheting set in the metric, then I'm gonna, well, I don't have to buy the 20 through 24 to make it complete. You know, I don't have to do that, but that's where it kind of leaves me. But anyway, I got those. Then my guy finally got these. Different trucks get them at different times. I think people in Canada got them first. I watch a YouTube channel, the Snap-on dealer. He's in Canada. These are the short ones. So when they first came out, they were kind of marketing them as the dung beetle pliers, and I really like the larger version. Alright, so I really like these. I'm going to see the part number on here, if you can see it. So these ones, they're nine and a half inches for these, so almost 10 inches. And then these guys, I'll use that as a guide, so you can see the difference in the size, but it's the same plier. It's got the triple slip joint, got the talon grip on the inside. That's what Snap-on calls that, talon grip. These are the same. The only difference is the size. So I picked those up And my initial reason for going on the truck was because I ordered this. I lost my brake spoon. I can't find it. Somebody, well, I don't like to accuse people, but one of the last places that I work, people like to borrow stuff, and it might have not. And I did lose quite a few tools to that location that never came back. So I got another brake spoon. That's what this is. Brake spoon for when I'm doing the brakes and adjusting brakes and wheel bearings and dealing with stuff like that. Speaking of which, the Mac kit that I got, that wheel bearing special that they had for like 200 bucks, that thing's been awesome. Came with the anti-vibe hammer, the punches. I've used everything in that kit multiple times, and I'll continue to use it because, like I said, that's a common service. And I use the punches, I use the race set to put my seals in, of course. I love using that for that. And the hammer, yeah, I use the whole kit. I even had to use a seal puller working on taking apart a swing arm assembly for a toolbox that goes on the back of a motorhome with a bearing buddy on top. And I had to redo the bearings on that. And on those, it's easy to reuse the seals because it has like this rubber seal. It's a totally different seal, and it's like a reusable seal, and it's made out of this like a Teflon or whatever. And so I was able to use the seal remover tool on that. Worked awesome. So big ups to that kit and that special. Hope some of you guys were able to take advantage of it while they had it going on. Super handy for me. But yeah, got the brake spoon. Been having a lot of people with broken leaf springs lately, and I've been getting brake jobs as usual. People need their bearings repacked and their brakes inspected and adjusted all the time, and this is what you use to adjust the brakes. Pull that little cap off the back of the hub, and then you can hit the star wheel and adjust the brakes in and out. The Dexters, they're supposed to be never adjust brakes, but I always adjust brakes when I'm putting them on to where I have a minimal drag when I'm free spinning the wheel. I spin the wheel, and if it spins freely, I adjust it out until it stops the wheel, and then I click it back a few clicks until it's just barely rubbing on the barely making contact with the hub. That way I know when my customer goes and hit the brakes, they're gonna get a nice clean stop. So essential tool for me. What else did I get? Oh man, this right here. It's IPA. So this is another one of those items that your tool dealer gets through like Mobile Tool Network and stuff. This is a cutting disc for a grinder, straight or whatever kind of grinder you're going to use. I use it on a straight grinder, and it says, I seen this on Coon Trucking, and the guy says they never die. So and it's not too thick. It's not too thick, which is normally my thing. I'm like, man, I like to cut a nice thin clean line. It's not too thick, and you can grind with it on the face. You can use it on the face or on the edge. That's how they designed it. It says will not break, dull, or deform. Made by IPA. These are the people that makes them for Matco. So I don't have a Matco dealer anyway, but I don't want one. I don't. All their tools are rebranded, and I'd rather just buy them directly from somebody else who's getting them from, you know, I want them in the regular company's name. So we got this guy, and now we got the pliers. I'll go ahead and open the wrenches because it's not like I'm gonna take them back or anything. When I buy tools, I don't return them. I just choose whether I'm gonna okay. Alright, that's the 7. Small as it is, still has the A little flank drive plus the teeth in there. Pretty smooth, as usual. And the smallest one is the 6. Now I did notice on the SAE set, when I got down to like the really small wrenches, like the 1/4 inch, it did not have the flank drive plus feature in there. So that's the 6mm. Here's the 8, and here's the 9. All right, and these were 180, about 180 bucks. Look at the paperwork. $182.50. All right, so that's how much that thing cost, and basically 200 bucks for these 5 small wrenches. So I'll try to find on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, taking a cue from Midwest Tool Review. You don't have to pay these prices, but you know, this is like an impulse buy almost. I saw this, I was like, man, what's up with that? He told me what they were, and I was like, yeah, I could use that. I got one of those 10 through 19 sets, but it wasn't the ratcheting ones. So as a matter of fact, nope, even my other metric set is Blue Point. I have those in the place where these would have been, but I like to keep these mobile. So I'm gonna search out a set of these 10 through 19 on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, try to find it, fill out the set without buying them off the truck, because like I said, I don't really use the ratcheting wrenches that much. Alright, honorable mention, Koken double swivel, super cool. It's hard to top that. And I don't know, I have my knee post ratchet on it. My knee post, that little new knee post ratchet I got makes this thing look huge, but that's probably in the truck because I've been taking that out in the field, checking it out, trying to use it as much as I can. Still looks pretty good, didn't get too scratched up. Chrome is holding up for 1 day's use. We'll see how it looks in a month or two, and we'll come back to it. Alright, let's take a look at the flyer. So, move the wrenches to the side. Oh yeah, I also picked up this. So you guys that watch my videos with the Vito bags, you know that based on another YouTuber, that's where I get a lot of my ideas, and I trust the reviews that people do on that. The first guy I seen advertising those bags, I think it was Mills Construction. It might have been Mills Construction. And anyway, I got these out of O'Reilly's Auto Parts because it already had the hole in it, and I can clip that on a carabiner and put that on my, let's see if I got a carabiner in here. I used to have a lot of them. But anyway, it's so it can clip onto my tool bag, because space is at a premium in the TP6B, and I needed a small magnetic tray for the TP6B bag, the newer one that they came out with. And see, so what I'll do is I'll take one of these and I'll put on this, and then I'll hook it to one of the D-rings on the bag, because it's important for me at all times to have a magnetic tray, and I have literally a dozen of these things that I use on a regular basis for when I'm taking stuff apart. I don't lose the screws. Very important for me not to lose screws, nuts, bolts, washers. Alright, so the SnapOn Light has been great. I've been using it for a while. Rechargeable, USB-C, part number right there. This has been a great light. Strong clip, good magnets. the flyer. Okay, so this is the flyer, and looks like the first 2 pages are just promotional junk. Okay. Oh yeah, the guy gave me a beach towel for something I bought. He said qualify for a beach towel. I'll give it to my wife. She'll get a kick out of it. So got the beach towel. Okay, I think it was the wrenches. Came with the wrenches. Was not a decision-making factor in buying the wrenches. So looks like what is this thing here? Inline hose nozzle. Okay, so that's like for a water hose. All right, how much is that hose nozzle? It's 106. 106.20. $106. Another magnetic parts tray. That's coming in at like $59. Got this little light up here. The next page, SnapOn credit advertisement. They want to run your credit to get you in the system so they can, you know, hard sell you on getting a toolbox or something. They come back and tell you, hey, you got $15,000 in SnapOn credit. You're you know, you qualify for enough to get in debt with. And then they got these multimeters on page 6. Let's see the prices right there, and the devices. I probably wouldn't, but I like fluke meters. I like ideals and flukes, and I recently was based on a YouTube video. I watched a guy, you know, company I never heard of, Kaiweets, and the meters are solid. I like them. I like the meters that they have. The clamp meter is really small, and the clamp is small, and that's very useful. And then the one that looks like a cell phone, that meter is very handy for working on generators because it always shows the hertz, which I like that. And it's a automatic auto ranging meter, fully automatic. You don't have to set it to ohms or volts or AC or DC. It figures it out after a few seconds of being put onto a circuit what function qualifies for that circuit or component that you're on. Air tools, and then this humongous battery tool that they're just too big, man. $810. I got a little DeWalt that looks like a 3/4. It is a 3/4. My Makita, I use a Makita in that range, and I know it's more powerful. It's not hard to be more powerful than a SnapOn impact wrench. It's historically and on average, their power tools are weak. It is what it is. And I do own screwdrivers, drills, impact wrenches. I have ratchets. I have SnapOn tools. They're power tools, and yes, they are weak compared to other guys. Okay, it is what it is, guys. Buy what you like, but it doesn't change the fact that they are what they are. Alright, got some pullers and stuff. Let's see if I can get you over here. If you need them, you need them. Again, more power tools. Now I'll tell you what, one of the reasons why I like getting a lot of their guns and stuff is because they're underpowered, and I don't want to tear up stuff. It's more forgiving when you're full blast on the trigger and you're working with fragile stuff. I'd rather use the SnapOn stuff because it's not going to over torque things. It's not going to snap the heads off of screws, which causes a lot of problems. So that's why I still buy them and still use them. If I need a torque monster, I'll grab a DeWalt or an appropriate Milwaukee tool. I don't know anything about welding. Oh man, look at this thing, guys. That's pretty good for guys who got to do brake controllers. This is pretty nice when you got to do a lot of brake controllers. For my dealer techs, my RV guys, my dealer techs. The price sucks, but that is a great idea when you got to do brake controllers, because man, after you pop that trim, and sometimes even before you pop that that trim on the driver's seat, looking for the wires and everything for the brake controller so you can get that kick panel off so you can get to the brake controller wires. Then you got to lay down on your back on that in gymnastic positions to get to the wires, especially in a Ford F-150 when it's behind the center console, which sucks. This is awesome, guys. I never bought one. I just basically took the pain until I graduated from that level of dealer tech. But if I had one of those, it would have been a dream to do those brake controllers. Now this guy, see, Harbor Freight. See, here's where the freight comes in, right? Helping hands for soldering, and this is a SnapOn one, okay? You see that? You gotta put in a vise or something. $111.90. Right? $3. Way better tool. It is what it is, guys. It's a better tool, and it's $3. Now, the feature that this one has, you can use the thumb wheels and make the wires get close together. But on this one, I can make the wires get close together by just using the arms. It has these articulating arms all over the thing. I can get the wires as close as I need them. So yeah, I wouldn't buy that. And that's the last page. Got a toolbox on the back. And that's it. Definitely not going through the catalog, but there is a new, this is the new SnapOn catalog. That's a 1600. There's a cover. Supposedly there's a lot of new tools in there, from what my dealer was saying. I'll look through it. I'll look through it one day, see what they got. Boots, SnapOn Footwear. I'll briefly look through this, see if they got any. Okay, they got. Now see, these are the kind of boots that I like. I like the high, but these are steel toes. I don't need steel toes. These Georgia boots are heavy enough already, and I want something waterproof. And these don't say that they're waterproof. It's a good price though, $186. The price is not bad, but I don't want the safety toe or the steel toe. Now this I would buy, because oh well, yeah, I might buy those. See, it has the it has a shank. So when I used to be a work for Time Warner Cable for about, I was a cable guy for like 8 or 10 years. And as an RV tech, you stand on a ladder a lot, and because of that, it hurts your feet when you're on a ladder a lot because the rungs are so small. So I would buy the Red Wing boots. I would get the Red Wings. That's what we bought in that industry. Everybody got the Red Wing boots, and the Red Wings would have a steel shank going through the boot, so when you stood up on the ladder rung, and a lot of times we're in the middle of the street doing a mid span, so your ladder is literally swinging in the wind while you're hanging on to a span of steel cable supporting a piece of feeder. You don't want your foot to be curling over on the ladder. So these were great. The Red Wing ones, I don't know how these are. I don't know who makes them for SnapOn, but it looks like all of their boots have a steel shank. So that would probably make me get these, because these look like they're waterproof, and it has the stability and support shank. I'll do some more. It's just a 5-inch boot. Maybe I'll step up to these ones over here, because at least they're a 6-inch, so that's a little closer to the 8-inch that I'm used to. I wouldn't mind getting these 8 inches. The steel toe, man, the boots get so heavy. I would rather have a nice lightweight boot like this. And these are pretty cheap, 150 bucks. And then I'll have to find out what the warranty information. I'll probably be ordering some of these. As a matter of fact, after I make this video, I'll probably be calling my guy and putting in an order for some of these. And look at that. Is that made in the USA or built in the USA? Let's put some light on the subject. Yeah, built in the USA, not made in the USA. Alright. So it's kind of like the Waltz deal with the global components, you know, made in USA with global components. Alright, so definitely not interested in the sneakers, so, but you guys might be, so sneakers. And then I hadn't seen waterproof on any of these yet, but typically when the boots are like that, they're kind of waterproof. But the water in my yard gets really high when it rains good, and it'll get to that part, and I know that's not waterproof. But still better than the Georgia boots. And that's a 5-inch. Alright guys, well, here's the warranty information. This is important, guys. So, limited warranty, manufacturer defects only, no wear and tear. Well, that kind of kills it for me, because if I'm paying $150 to $200 for a pair of boots, they better at least have a 1-year warranty from whatever, you know, not just manufacturer's defect. If I'm able to wear them out in 6 months, then maybe the rubber or the stitching or something is not up to par, so I want a new pair of boots. So that might stop me from buying them. I'll talk to my guy, and a lot of times on stuff like this, he'll work with me. So if he wants to guarantee me a year, I'll buy them. If not, I'll find me something that has a 1-year warranty. That's all for now. RV Tech Pro out.